Hi again, it's Mark Thompson. Can't believe it, we've made it to number 5 in this series of a quick history of gourds. I've enjoyed the progress we've made so far, and not only having written my book last year, but continuing the work this year to put it into these presentations about the history of gourds. So, who's researched this? A lot of people recently. There's been great progress in finding out where gourds originated and who had gourds and used gourds. So we have the lab researchers, those out in the field, the scholarly papers, which I pulled down from the web, and then the major institutions that have been investigating the history. So the gourds that we know today as bottle gourds originated in Africa and came over here as in their wild version, and then were manipulated, domesticated, as the word is used in literature, to become more useful to the Indians, meaning it's larger, more fruit, better seeds, the shapes they needed for their containers. The spread of gourds throughout North America was accomplished, they feel, after doing research, archaeology, by being eaten by these large mammals, the mastodons, mammoths, who passed the seed through and spread the plant all around the continent. Then humans picked it up, grew it, and chose those gourds that were more useful than others, and they developed it into an actual crop over thousands of years. So certainly by 100 AD, these were being used here in North America, Native Americans, and soon became part of the Three Sisters, which was the core of what Native Americans grew and used in their everyday life. We have findings of actual gourd materials, including seeds and some rinds, from all over North and South America. I'm going quickly, but you can go back to review these slides. There's so much to learn and know. It's a fascinating topic. I hope you can look into some of these sites and see what's there. I guess some top views of them now. And here are some. They're in Florida and Missouri, two places where early Native Americans, going back 14,000 years actually, settled, and gourd remains have been found. So I'm giving some examples as we go through. This Osceola River site was studied, and this goes from 10,000 years ago. The remains are found there, and there was a whole village. And same thing is found in other areas around the country. And here's where we found out some about the mastodon. I was talking to you about how they would eat the gourds, and they give some dates there. You can look it up. I provide a link for you. Then the Windover site in Florida shows how advanced the gourds became in the Middle Archaic, another 5,000 years later. And this site has been thoroughly researched. And here's one finding from that site. It's a bottle gourd, Lagenaria ciceraria, 5,000 BC. Isn't that amazing? There's a long history to our favorite craft item, the gourd. And then the Phillips Spring site in Missouri is very well known. There's a large center called Cahokia outside of St. Louis that has been thoroughly dug in. It was quite a large city. 10,000 people was large back then. And again, there's evidence that the squash and gourds were there. I give you two examples of papers that were written about that topic. And here's more scholarly research that I found. I had to put this one in because of this unusual face on this gourd figure in Peru. And again, I pulled these down from some museum sites. This one comes from the very well-known Peabody Museum in Boston. There's other sites, Louisiana, Iowa. Ohio is famous for their mound cultures, where the Indians built these mounds either as effigy for the dead or ceremonial mounds. Here's an actual seed that was preserved, 760 AD in eastern Kentucky. So you can see that the impact of gourd was across a wide area of cultures. And this, now we move to the Southwest, where also gourds were used by the peoples. This one is in Colorado. So now the last remaining slides, we just have some reminders about how historical archaeology, anthropology typifies, names the sites for the different eras, epochs of Native Americans. And here are some of the ancient mound sites that can be studied and reviewed. So I hope you enjoy. There's more to come.